Welcome to Brahmrishi Vedvyas Path. We are face to face with ancient wisdom research methodology. The ancient wisdom research methodology on Brahmrishi Vedvyas Path reaches a phase and stage when there happens to be a transition from the physical manifestation for the space content to the eternity domain where time has its existence and a role. Time as its existence initially may be chased as parallel to the dimension, like the dimension being chased parallel to artifices of numbers. Today we are entering the fifth stage of research methodology of ancient wisdom. This fifth stage, in fact, is a transcendental transition from fourth stage to fifth stage. Parallel to it, it can be taken that it is a transition from creator space, four space, to transcendental space, a five space. The creator's space, four space, is of a spatial dimensional order, while the transcendental space is of a solid order. As such, with the methodology of terminology of dimensions, we up till the first four stages remain up till a four space, that means up till a spatial order, that is two space in the role of a dimension. Now from this fifth phase and stage, we will be entering a transcendental domain which is of a solid order, that is three space will be playing the role of a dimension here. That way it can be said that we are entering phase and stage of transition from spatial order four space to solid order five space. The spatial order four space takes to the creator's space, that is Lord Brahma's space, a space which is being chased by a head, a pair of eyes, four in number. But in a transcendental domain, the chase is going to be in terms of head of triple eyes and five in number. Therefore, we are entering from the domain of Lord Brahma to the domain of Lord Shiva. It is here where we have to have a pause and have to remind ourselves that with this phase and stage, we are entering the eternity domain, the transcendental domain of Lord Shiva, a five-head Lord with the triple eyes in each head. Previously, up till the first four stages, we have been in Brahma's domain, creator's space, a four space, of a spatial order, and it was the Lord Brahma, a idol of four heads with pair of eyes in each head. Therefore, a transition from four space to five space is going to be the initial feature of the present fifth phase and stage of ancient wisdom research methodology. Let us open a new page in the notebook and enter that today we are entering the fifth phase. It is going to be a phase when we will be transcending from creator's space, fourth space, and we will be entering transcendental domain, five space. Fourth space is a spatial order space, that is two space plays the role of a dimension here, while in the fifth space, three space is playing the role of a dimension. Therefore, the feature transition going to be that up till the fourth space, previous four phases, we were working with the pair of numbers 1 and 2, and now we will be working with the triple numbers, that is 1, 2 and 3. It is this phase and stage with this initial feature that we are going to initiate ourselves for the ancient wisdom research methodology of its fifth phase. Here the name, title of this phase and stage is Kaal, Vidhi, Vidhan. Up till prior stage, we were working with Prakriti, Purush, Sabandh, the relationship of Prakriti and Purush. But now we are going to the format of Kaal, Vidhi, Vidhan. Prakriti, Purush leads to the pair of values 18 and 24 as TCV values of formulations Prakriti and Purush. Therefore, up till phases 1 to 4, in terms of a spatial order, we were within creator's space, and chase was of Prakriti and Purush of TCV values 18 and 24. Now, with the present phase and stage, we will be in Kaal, Vidhi, Vidhan, triple values 19, 9, 18 and 27. One may have a pause here and take note that here 18 and 24 are leading us to the feature 6 into 3 and 6 into 4. That is, we were going by the rule of one more than before. It was sequential increase mathematics which was at work during this domain of Prakriti, Purush, nature and man, the interrelationship, interaction, functional methodology and chase steps were in terms of the formulations Prakriti and Purush of TC values 18 and 24. But now we will be working with triple values, and these are going to be the TC values of formulations Kaal, Vidhi and Vidhan. These triple values, as these are leading us to 9 into 1, 9 into 2 and 9 into 3. One may have a pause here and see that when we are having our whole number system, then reach from 1 to 2 is a reach of the chase step of one more than before. However, when we are in the Kaal, Vidhi, Vidhan, then we will be having triple values which will be settling the processing format. On the face of it, it appears as if going from 1 to 2 and again going from 2 to 3 is chaseable in terms of the rule one more than before. Therefore, here if it is a single phase for one more than before, then in the next step it would be pair of such phases. How the pair of the phases of repeated phases of the working rule, one more than before, is in fact having a complete transition and transformation which will be coming to a focus. Now let us have a pause and let us see that this session of this subject of ancient wisdom research methodology initially was scheduled by us for 14th of December 2019, and this is being taken up today on 1st January of 2020, a New Year day. Let us share New Year greetings for each one of us, but simultaneously let us see how our earthy arrangement for 14th December has, under the eternal transcendental phenomenon, has been taking us to the 1st January of 2020. Let me share, as you know, that on the 13th night, as per the design of eternity, my mother left for eternal abode. And all our thinking, all our planning, all our arrangement, all our organizations, and our projections were certainly much different than what was in the cosmos and what was in the eternity being planned for us. Now, this is where the Kaal, Vidhi, Vidhan comes in and plays its role over and above the Prakriti, Purush, Vidhan. Therefore, we shall sit comfortably and be face to face with this distinguishing format of the processing steps of Prakriti, Purush, Vidhan and Kaal, Vidhi, Vidhan. The Kaal, Vidhi, Vidhan is of organization of values 9, 18 and 27. That means it is taking triple steps, and this triple step is a synthetic setup of pair of steps of progression, one more than before, eka adhikeन पूर्वे. It is this phase, it is this stage, it is this feature, it is this transition, it is this reservoir of values which are to be specifically with precise distinctive characteristics have to be imbibed. Therefore, sadhakas fulfilled with the intensity of virtue to be along the ancient wisdom research methodology of transition phase from the 4th to the 5th phase along the Brahm Rishi Ved Vyas path shall remind to oneself that the transition from 4th phase to the 5th phase is of glaringly distinct features, as the actual transition is going to be from the format of the creators of space presided by Lord Brahma to the transcendental domain presided by the transcendental Lord Shiva. Therefore, the organization format features which in creator's space are of the values of the format of a spatial order two space playing the role of a dimension, while the eternal domain, the transcendental domain, 5 space, is of a solid order, that is, here 3 space is to play the role of a dimension. As such, the first glaring distinction between the processing steps of 4 space, creator space presided by Lord Brahma, are of the format of 2 space playing the role of a dimension, while in a transcendental domain, the processing format is going to be of the features and values of 3 space playing the role of a dimension. As such, the sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge to reach the 5th phase and stage of research methodology of ancient wisdom of Brahm Rishi Ved Vyas shall remind to oneself that here onwards the chase is going to be within a transcendental domain, that is within 5 space, and the order, the dimensional order of this domain is going to be 3 space, and as such the processing format is to be of triple values. It is called Vidhi, Vidhan. The dimensions, the physical dimensions, were taking us only up till the processing steps of the format of a spatial order of creator space, 4 space. Because of it, we were having the Kram Samapti as the guiding principle, as the basic reach point of the processing within creator's space. And we know that Kram Samapti as a pair of formulations lead us to the pair of TCV values 13 and 26. And this pair of values, as these are of the organization 13 into 1 and 13 into 2. That means it is going to be a linear progression of the format of one more than before. From this end reach of the processing steps within creator's space of a spatial order will take us only up till the existence phenomenon of interaction of Prakriti, nature, with Purusha, a man. So human beings as processing brains can reach up till the format, features and value of natures which are cognizable and chaseable along the spatial format as a dimensional order of a creator's space. The end reach value of this is going to be Kram Samapti. However, a step ahead is a transcendental domain, a lively domain, a domain in which we are entering. And for entering the transcendental domain, we are aspiring for, urging for attainment of the transcendental processing steps. For transition from the creative order to the transcendental order, we have to equip our intelligence with a consciousness base. For it, we have to transcend within the cavity of one's own heart and to attain the transcendental grace. It is only with attainment of the transcendental grace that one shall be fortunate to be equipped with the transcendental values in terms of which our intelligence will be acquiring consciousness base. It is only with the attainment of a consciousness base for the creative intelligence that we can enter the transcendental domain of solid order and can be parallel to Kaal, Vidhi, Vidhan. As such, in the next session in the evening, we shall be having more elaborative interaction of this transition phase, the initial value of transition, and from tomorrow onwards, we will be taking up the format, features, and values of transcendental domain, chase, format, steps. Thank you very much.